Good morning. It is Thursday the 10th, I believe. Something like that. 10th, 11th, 12th, something like that. Anyway, we were off. We took a few days off just for mental health. And we are back at it. We have Uber Eats on. We have DoorDash on. We are doing Earn by Offer. No real goals, just need to make some money. It's going to be 90 degrees today, so we are splitting our shift up. We are working till 1, and then we will be back out at 4. Move, kitty. Beep, beep. Thank you. Anyway, let's get this day started. It's a 3 to 10 estimate wait time right now. It's like we're starting off with a Napa order. No clue what we're picking up, but I guess we're gonna find out. A spider web on me. Alright, that's all picked up. They were just opening the doors when I got there. 18 minutes, 10.37 miles to the drop off. It's just one little box. Alright, let's go drop this off. Alright, that's all dropped off. $13.50 in the bag. 3 to 12. Alright, we got our next order. Wendy's. Let's go do it. Just gotta do the drive-thrus. Alright, that's all picked up. There's a few minute wait. 6 minutes, 1.5 miles. Let's go drop this off. It's right here. Right at the welcome
Jessica
sign.
H says, leave at door.
Yep.
Unit 608. Building 600, apartment 608.
Shut up. Alright, that's all dropped off. 2-6. Alright, we got our next order. Panera, 625, going a couple miles. Let's go do it. Alright, let's go see if this is right. Alright, that's all picked up. 5 minutes, 1.3 miles. 1.53 miles to the pickup, to the drop off. Alright, let's go drop this off. Alright, that's all dropped off. 2 to 10. Alright, we got our next order. Picking up shopping for 25 items, which I hate doing, but whatever. At Food Lion. And then picking up at Bob Evans, and they're both going to the same customer. So, let's go do it. There is 4 1-gallon containers of water, and 9 of the items are baby food, so it's all good. It's not any steps or anything. Alright, let's go shopping. That's all picked up. Go across the street to Bob Evans. Oh, it's already so sticky out. Alright, let's go drop let's go pick this up. That's all picked up. 10 minutes, 3.19 miles to drop off. That's all dropped off. We have our next order. It's picking up one item at Home Depot. All it is a, how is it? Ethanol free fuel. So yeah, let's go do this. Alright, let's go get this fuel. Alright, that's all shopped for. 20 minutes, 9.75 miles to drop off. Alright, we got our next order that was all dropped off. $6 for 2.2 miles. Let's go do it. Alright, that's all picked up. Minutes, 1.35 miles to drop off. It was a few minute wait. Alright, let's go drop this off. Alright, that's all dropped off. To the 8. It's cute. He said you should have 7 items. I was like, yep, here's the 3 drinks and here's the 4 items. Now it's in Wawa. They tried giving me a $3.75 for 6 miles add-on. No thank you. Alright, we got, oh stop, I can't, we got our next order, $7 for 5.1 miles. Let's go do it. The customer keeps on messaging me. The one before that, I told him to contact DoorDash. So apparently Wawa didn't put his bagels in there. Oh, I don't know. Let's go pick this up. Go see if this is right yet. It's probably not. Minute wait. Alright, that's all picked up. It was a couple minute wait. 10 minutes, 4.46 miles to drop off. Let's go drop this off. $2 for 4.9 miles. Where's it going? Absolutely not. Alright, that's all dropped off. Down to 80 AR. 2-7. We got our next order, 650 for 2.3 miles. Let's go do it. Alright, that's all picked up. 3 minutes, 0.92 miles. Go, I got it stopped. Jesus Christ. It's gonna be one of those days. 3 minutes, 0.91 miles to the drop off. Alright, let's go drop this off. Alright, that's all dropped off. 2-6. No, I don't want a $6 for 7 miles. Sorry. No, thank you. Don't want a $13 for 15 miles. My AR is down to 75, 76, something like that. We have our next order. Looks like we're going back to Surf Bagel, as this chick's not paying attention and almost hitting me. Slamming into the everything. She had to slam on her brakes to not hit me. Alright, let's go Surf Bagel. Alright, that's all picked up. 13 minutes, 3.95 miles to the drop off. Alright, that's all dropped off. 2-7. Alright, we got our next order. It's 10.50 for 2 items shopping at Acme. Go 4.7 miles. Let's go do it. It's just a case of water and a thing of ginger ale. Alright, that's all shopped for 12 minutes, 2.76 miles to the drop off. Alright, that's all dropped off. We have our next order. Metro. We're here now. Let's go do it. Alright, that's all picked up. 12 minutes, 4.26 miles to the drop off. Alright, that's all dropped off. We have our next order, $7 for 4-point-something miles. Picking back up at Wawa. Let's go do it. Alright, that's all picked up. 9 minutes, 4.85 miles to the drop off. Let's go drop this off. Dropped off. Alright, we got our next order, 750 plus going to Hardee's. 9 items. Let's go. Alright, that's all picked up. 3 minutes, 0.85 miles to the drop off. Alright, let's go drop this off. Leave it there. Gonna have to make 2 trips. 5, 1 to 4. Alright, I ended my dash a little early. I'm going to go get gas and go get something to eat, and I will be back at dinner shift. See ya. Alright, we're back at it. It is 4 o'clock. We are going till 8:30. We are doing earn by offer, not earn by time. That's not till Saturday. Anyway, we made over $100 this morning. Let's see if we can make another 100. 4.5 hours times 20, around $90 is the goal. So let's see if we can do it. Estimate wait time is 2 to 6 right now, and we do have the carnival that's going to be starting up at 5. So yeah, we have that drama. Anyway, let's go make some more money. Alright, first order of the night, $10.50 for 9.4. Picking up at Chipotle and Chick-fil-A. Let's go do it. Alright, that's all picked up. Let's go over at Chick-fil-A. Alright, let's go see if this is right. Alright, that's all picked up. Got myself a drink too. 14 minutes, 3.63 miles to the drop-off. For drop-off 1. I like this remix. This is cool. Alright, let's go drop this off. Ain't gonna get any action because, yeah. Oh, we're gonna park here. Let's go drop it off. Alright, that's all dropped off. 7 minutes, 3.22222 miles to the next one. Alright, that's all dropped off. We have our next 2 orders at Curry's and Cocktail on Uber. Let's go do it if we can ever get out of here. Okay, that was like a 20-minute wait. And
Left on Sonnet Circle.
oh shush. And they were saying 5 to 10 more minutes for the garlic naan. No, I ain't waiting that long. Anyway, we did get an add-on. We got this one. So the cheapest of the 2, the $9 one, I canceled. So this one is 12 minutes, 5.2 miles to the drop-off. Should have left like 10 minutes ago when I got these 2. Let's go drop this off. I remember this person. Alright. Leave it door. That's all dropped off. Next one's 8 minutes, 3.8 miles. Let's go drop this off. Need that door. Alright, that's all dropped off. Let's go back to the Zoom. Alright, we got our next order, $6 for 2.3 miles. Picking up at Panera. Let's go do it. Alright, let's go see if it's ready. Alright, that's all picked up. Couple minute wait. 7 minutes, 1.62 miles to the drop off. Alright, leave that door. Let's go do it. Alright, we have our next order. Papa John's. Going 6.2 miles. 1442. Let's go do it. 12-inch pizzas and garlic knots. Alright. Alright, that was ready as soon as I got in there. Oh, the kids are screaming. Anyway, 17 minutes. 6.5 miles to the drop off. Alright, that's all dropped off. 1 to 3. Alright, we got our next order. Barbecues 5 for 1.9 miles. Let's go do it. $6 for a 9-mile add-on? Nope, thank you. Alright, we're pulling into barbecues now. Let's go do it. And this is why I don't accept $5 orders at night. It's a 5-minute wait. Anyway, 3 minutes. 0.82 miles to the drop off. Alright, that's all dropped off. They just tried sending me a 425 for 3 miles. Absolutely not. Not at their shift. 1 to 4. Alright, we got an 875 plus picking up 2 items at Wayback Burger. We're going to wait, I know it. Are they getting a drink? No drinks. Yes, good. Alright, let's go ahead to Wayback. Alright, that's all picked up. 7 minutes, 2.34 miles to the drop off. Alright, that's all dropped off. 1 to 2. They tried sending me a Padori order, which they said was a large catering order for $6. No, thank you. Alright, looks like we're going to Dairy Queen next. Let's go do it. Alright, let's go see if this is right. That's all picked up. 13 minutes, 5.73 miles to the drop off. Alright, we delivered to her plenty of times. Let's go drop it off. Leave it door. Alright, that's all dropped off. 1 to 4. Alright, we got our next order, curries and cocktails. Gotta turn around to go get it. Some people should not own pets. Freaking kicking your dog. The hell. Alright. It's only 2 items. Is it garlic naan? No, it's regular naan. Good. Alright, that's all picked up. 13 minutes, 5.4 miles to drop off. Alright, that's all dropped off. 1 to 2. Alright, I'm ending it a little 15 minutes early.